understand fear as I have.
Did I mention fear? Did I mention fear? Oh, shit. Live. I'm gonna hit the old start button. Last time we were Michael, and we were back in the worst part of the game, which is in these Middle Eastern ruins once again. But that's what we're gonna have to deal with. Can't do much about it. Here's true horror. That's me, Michael. To give him the Irish pronunciation of his name, straight away I'm going to switch over to some grenades because I checked ahead and, well, the real arsehole you have to deal with almost immediately. It's one of those bat things that spawns other enemies in a room that's also constantly draining your stamina. Not exactly my favorite combination. That, but he's just summoned another. Or he's not. Which is irritating. As I said, this room's constantly draining my stamina. Much like it would do in real life as well. And that's done fuckable to it. Still not dead. Unfortunate. Switch to semi-automatic is the case. We would call it, die, you fuck. Or just open up. No, he'd rather do that. That's the annoying thing with them, you always get these guys the NP in, and it's just like, it's only him I still got near fills. Fucking. They're like flashes. Irritating flashes. That's what's draining my health. Michael's not doing very efficiently. Mark, first half of the run already. It's honestly not a lot you can do about it. So you'll wait until the other enemy spawned, and then essentially now you're lowered in health. And you. Nope. Target the right. Rather target the wrong enemy. Apparently that would be more fun. Come on, Michael. Ah, it's still alive. Yep. Can't wait to die. Literally can't wait to die. So, I'll know what to do next time. Literally just run straight ahead. I don't think there's any sort of items here anyway. So let's just let our health drain. Michael deserves better than this. Definitely worth bearing in mind though, anytime I come across those guys, just run. They're a waste of time to fight. I want to ask you a bunch of questions. Can't even hurt me. Massive. Massive and seemingly invincible. Bye, Michael. Hope you had a lovely day. Let's get that right. Anyway, this time we will be Jimmy, Michael's brother. He's identical and also in the exact same situation. Michael Edwards. So, first thing to do, unlast. After all, Sanity being completely drained in this room. I really don't remember Sanity draining rooms when I first played this game, and indeed when I second played this game. Second play being the second of apparently Michael still manages to miss it until the assault Michael. Maybe Michael's just not very good. I seem to remember. But he's not making a good case for it. So he can shoot trappers from afar. That's something. In fact, like this here if I keep tapping reload. That's a new one. Hi Louise. Aren't you glad I'm back in the shitty Middle Eastern area again? Oh, for the love of shit, are you actually kidding my bollocks? Is he here as well? They're just literally the worst enemies on Earth. Situated on a waist-high plinth is a gold amulet. I'm just going to avoid this trap. Like I said, these guys are literally no fun to fight. And there's two of them! Literally rather eat my own bollocks. Go down the ladder, you fool! Oh, it's icy. Favorite area ever. Well, as long as we're accurate about it, that's the main thing. We can get past that over. Oh yeah, I don't even have the tome, so I can't actually recover my logic or health. So it's a good thing I ran into those last traps. But it would also be a much better thing if I could find the tome of Eternal Darkness, because there's going to be in all sorts of troubles with Mickey here. What we got here? Oh, it's these guys, but Sanity's taking a bit of a beating here. Ah, no. I'm not fighting him. Not the orcs, sorry. They're just the absolute worst to go up against. My sanity is officially at breaking point for Michael. Ah, it's a sanity draining room, I was thinking. Should have paid that closer attention. And I can't get in there. Okay, I might have taken the wrong path. That means going back into Sanity Drainsville, USA. At least in this case. Sanity and health drains from and I can stand right side of the ladders. There's no enemies there. Oh. You can fuck off, you've already drained the sanity. Bit me one. Jeez. I don't think Michael has any items to recover his health, so it's a bit of a pain. Do, however, have a grenade launcher. Sweet. You know, until I get this tome, I'm actually in pretty dark spirits in or recover sanity or cast any spells. Really allow me to progress. This looks suspicious. Examine. Detail. An old battered staff lies upon the dais. Oh, got the old battered staff then. It looks like this place has collapsed in on itself a bit. I guess nobody acted on Roberto's suggestions for doing the place up. I guess Pius Augustus wasn't that concerned about that kind of business. More about plotting the destruction of humanity. To be fair, you can start to see his point after a while.
Ah, sweet Alex. Many centuries I've waited for you. You are mine. Don't disappoint me now. I've waited such a long time, Alex.
Never! I know what you are. I've seen what happened.
You can try to fight me, but in the end you shall succumb to my desires. My foolish child, you don't even know your own destiny.
Get away from me!
Well, it's nice of Pius to finally say hi to Alex.
This isn't really happening.
But yeah, it's not really got a lot to do without Mickey here. And this is dead end, so hopefully this leads me to the Tome of Eternal Darkness, because I could really do with it right now. Going on in here, except for this kind of depression lies on the floor in front of the model. Perhaps something might be placed here. Well, perhaps if we combine this here with that, we've got ourselves a staff of the If we use that, it can get a bit Indiana Jones on us. Yep, it's a bit Indiana Jonesy on it. However, there's also this one to hit as well. I could position myself to do it. Burn it off a bit. And then these bounce off each other, burning this location. Ground. Thankfully those beams don't instantly kill us like in Resident Evil 5. If you remember that, Louise, it was perhaps our favourite moment of the series. Did I go down the right corridor? Or did I not? I've got a feeling I just went down the wrong one, haven't I? Yep. Of course I have. Apparently I'm a fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. this side that we've opened up a secret passageway. Finally, we got ourselves the tool. We're in here with our cast of hundreds, and by that I mean like 10 people. Yes, Elia, Kareem, Anthony. Unfortunately, our granddad, Edward, although he technically died after Michael's time, doesn't matter. But it would definitely be an idea to recover our sanity. And it's all back. And Mickey's magic meter isn't so good, unfortunately. But I might recover a bit of health just while I'm at it here. Still got him fighting fit, and maybe switch over to this here gun. Undoubtedly be fighting some bad bastards down here. Ah, there's trappers. Fuck them. Hiding in the dark crevices. I know I could technically go to them to recover the magic, but I'd honestly rather not. They are quite irritating to say the least. God, do they like to make me oh shit! Horrors! You know what, before I take on a horror, maybe I'll enchant my my gun here. I'll enchant it with blue. So blue is what you're supposed to do against red, if I recall right. I should be taking this bastard. As you can see, that made very quick work of him. I think he's got a mate in here. Yep, he's got a mate. Tramp shooting me from afar. That's made really short work of him on the items. Okay. At least we know we have that option, huh? Get a bit of our health back. Oh, my sanity was more than fine after killing those tramps. Doesn't look like there's anything we're supposed to be picking up in here, does there? No. Now, if you remember from the cutscene before, from when we were here, Roberto had suggested essentially he wants us to destroy this location, that it's too important to the ways of the Isle evil Balaxes. Oh, there's those worms. They're back again. Sanity eating worms. Perhaps I should throw that there because the holes are getting bloody as a result of seeing these guys. Obvious fuck. I don't think we can actually go down the hole though. It's just they're there to, I suppose, scare Michael or something. We need to dispel this. Let's do that. So, dispel magic, and it's a level 5-1, and it's going to be get ourselves an emerald effigy for our troubles. Don't know if it's much use in truth, but we got one. Oh, horrors. Do you actually have my gun enchanted currently? No. Let's get in there before that guy wastes me. I'd better enchant my gun a bit, actually, because at least it makes short work of these lasers. Probably could do with doing shield as well, but I can kill him quick enough. Clean off that trap. Hey, I'm trying to kill you. Michael. You. And you. Doesn't look like there's a lot in here. Whole lot of empty rooms. This is one of these sanity draining rooms, I just noticed. Not noted. So that means you just run. Just run. Oh shit. What am I low on? Not low on anything. But I can still get killed by you. God, we've even less choices to go here. All the doors are getting blocked. This place really is falling apart. Again, somebody should have listened to Roberto before he got thrown into the tar. Oh, zombie time. Hey, wasn't there a secret door here once? The innocuous panel wall caps the end of the room and is conspicuously empty by comparison to the other ones. I didn't mean to go through that fucking door, I swear to Christ. Well, at least they've retained their lack of heads. Michael doesn't want to do that, apparently. I'm chewing through my ammo is the other thing here. Well, let's look at 300 odd shots. That's something. Can we do a Resident Evil style reload, I wonder? Ah, you just have to do it via the menu. Okay. So we've got a green statue, which presumably is going to go here. Bas relief reflects a female scholar. Her authoritative glare dominates this part of the room. Below the design, a small ledge protrudes from the wall, as if awaiting something. Well, I don't know what that is. Oh, shit! Fuck! This is unexpected. This is actually quite unexpected. So I think red is best against these guys. Ah, you know what I'm not actually doing? This could be foolish. Actually, I think it is definitely foolish. Right. Before I deal with him. So I have a feeling I'm going to fight a bunch of those tramps. Kill these guys since they're a bit easier and less threatening to my sanity. And Michael, for the... Are you serious? I may as well be having a wank. Just spunking on my own hands would actually have more effect, apparently. Oh my goodness. What is this fucking gun full of? Baby sham? Unbelievable. Worst handgun ever. Oh, are you serious? Now I'm getting slapped by that loser? Tough times for old Mickey here. Oh my god, even the blind zombie hit me. Are you kidding me? Is this the most accurate zombie of all time? Anyway. Pop a heal after all that. And probably get our sand back. Strange obelisk made from dark granite-like material appears to be blocking the way forward, but the obelisk appears to be impervious to all damage. Well, I have a feeling that's what this other puzzle room is going to be for. Strange. There's something suspicious about that, obviously. And anyway, we've got one of these great big green bollockses in here, so that means we are going to enchant our item, and I think as far as I'm aware, red is best against green. To the best of my knowledge, anyway. Yeah, we'll go for that. It's worth a gamble anyway, isn't it? And the wall's bleeding. Is my sanity low? I don't think my sanity was low enough for the wall to be bleeding. That really makes short work enchanting your gun. I love it. Yeah, I don't think it works against those stupid bat creatures that are just the absolute worst. Right, now can I place you? No! Apparently not. Are you just gonna keep coming out of the sky if I do that? So I hate to tell you, if you keep doing that, that's absolute shite. Bas relief depicts a sorcerer casting a spell. There is an air of authority about him, conveyed by dominating visage. Blue design, small ledge protrudes from the wall, waiting for something. Ah, are we supposed to throw down the opposites, maybe? No, that's not worked. Aye. You're an arsehole. I'm a bit confused by this, to say the least. So, I think I know what I was doing wrong, and that was once again getting my magic wrong. So.
Enter my Celadon.
Self-enchanted rifle. I'm getting hit by his. Not exactly ideal. Die, monster. So. Red hits blue. What? How did I keep getting this wrong? Oh, fuck my ass. Let's just get out of here a second. Not ideal. Definitely need my magic back a bit. Whoops. Whoops a lazy, let's just say. Honestly, no idea how I managed to bugger this up so badly, but I guess running around in circles. Tell me, will this deja vu never end? Ow. Better cast a spell though. So it was blue is good against green. No that much. Ton of ammo here, unfortunately. Now if I'm right, he opposes the green. Well, that worked this time, huh? So, blue opposes Chaturga, the red, right? Finally, green opposes blue. And Billy's special prize . That's good, presumably. I think that's what we wanted, right? Right? Please tell me I'm right. That doesn't sound good. Cradle on the stone's play plinth is an enchanted gladius. Energy rises across its surface, pulsing through the surrounding earth. I am going to take that and equip that. Carries a powerful enchantment. This unique weapon can only be wielded by its destined owner, the Guardian of Light. Oh, am I not the Guardian of Light? Michael, you'd make a great Guardian of Light. This is racism. Actual racism. Anyway, this thing's in our way. If I do recall from before, we could trap her it.
Tier air attack.
Surprising, right? Magically, some of these weak things. goes. And off we go now. In fact, you know what? I've not popped the save yet, have I? And I can't. This is a poor decision. Oh, trappers. Actually, since the trappers kind of suck. I suppose that's what the pistol's for, since it's like throwing confetti at enemies normally. Perhaps it's good for taking out trappers, however. I'm sure you think I might be exaggerating by saying it's like throwing confetti at enemies, but you did see the demonstration where... Oh. Okay. Not liking down there. Let's see what this is instead. Hey, got ourselves a shrine fashioned from disinterred human remains stands at the far end of the room. Resting in the arms of the bone trestle is a scroll of paper covered with arcane scribblings. Oh, isn't that lovely? Bind spell. I don't actually know what that one does. I don't recall getting it before. Bind. Let's see. This magic enables the caster to bind a creature with magic force and to ally with them. Well, that could be kind of fun. Potentially. Doesn't appear to be anything else here, however. Salmon. Glowing energy blocks Michael's progress forward. Two creatures behind the energy shield appear, generating it themselves. Okay, so I'm guessing I'm supposed to take over these lasers. Probably why they gave me this. See mine now. No. I mean, it didn't work. Huh. Strange. Spell with magic? Summon, I wonder? I'm not sure. Perhaps I'm supposed to cast a stronger variant of that there. So that was Bankarok and Aratak. Okay. Just par, isn't it? Let's try that out. Ah, this time. Like the big slapper. Controlling, so they're just having a bad, like, slap fight. Roaring at each other. Well, it's one death. And it's at least destroyed the barrier, but I kind of need to be able to take them on a little better. God, I wish I could equip that. I still don't think I've got enough magic to enchant this, do I? Oh, I do. Hurrah. And I've ran off screen because why not? Well, at least these guys have a and he's dead. Phew. Excellent stuff. Now, was there a purpose to coming here? I have to assume there was. Block of explosives, probably left over from the war. There's some plastic explosives. Don't know where that is, but thanks, I guess. Spooky, disembodied ghost voice. Thank you for giving me orders. A lot of dead corridors though, so I'm not sure where exactly that is that we have to get to. Tell you what I will do, however, is pop a quick save for a change. Because I've not done that since I started Michael's campaign, and having to redo all this would actually probably make me want to cry. Try reveal invisible with this, shall I? Yeah, okay. Detonator caps for our C4. Anyway, I've got a feeling this is gonna be dangerous, so I'm gonna save again just to be sure. Hey Andrew, good to see you. Well, I say so, you know what I mean. So, I've just been doing this tedious section again, and there's not been anything exciting happening in it, as Louise can no doubt confirm. The most interesting thing has been Michael's armaments, but aside from that there, I really dislike this area. It's just not for me. And again, I do regret that the game makes you return to it so many times, because it's the least interesting thing in the entire game, in my opinion anyway. But we did find an enchanted gladius. Unfortunately, we can't use it. I'm gonna enchant this here just in case I have to fight any sneaky monsters. Since I do need a tiny bit of health, maybe I'll cast a bit of health. Cast a bit of health, you know what I mean. I do words. I do not have the mileage. Never mind. I do words, but I also feel it words. Oh, these guys. They're back. Hey, Fuck off. Well, they weren't the biggest threats ever. For centuries, evil has been channeled through this pit, countless souls sacrificed to the darkness. Someone must end this madness. A bomb placed here would be enough to pull the already collapsing city down into oblivion, destroying everything inside. It would also kill Michael. I'd consider that like a less positive point personally, but I guess it's something we gotta do. After all, we got our orders from a ghost, and here we do argue with ghosts. So I think we're just going to combine this detonator cap with C4. And then all solid snake and made ourselves a nice C4 bomb. Even with all the explosives, there's probably not enough to bring the city down. There must be some way of making it more powerful, increasing the damage potential. Oh shit! Right, okay. So we're going to have to enchant this bomb, are we? What level of enchantment do you have to place upon the bomb? Do I have enough to cast this level 7 enchantment, I wonder? Let's run around in a circle to get our magic back. It'd be really nice if Michael had something to increase his magic, you know. Well, let's try and... Oh, did it arrive, Andrew? Mike has activated the bomb's timer. The countdown has begun. Almost an answer, a deep low rumble begins to reverberate through the dungeon. Mike has 3 minutes to escape the forbidden city and get to safety. Oh. Did I save? I hope I saved. I didn't save. Well, let's get out of this shithole. I think he's gonna be toast. Mickey doesn't want to be toast, I say, you know. You only came here to be a firefighter. Oh, fuck you, man. You got time to fight losers like that. I say losers, you know. Giant undead monstrosities. Holy crap! Well, this door's open now all of a sudden. But I have a feeling we don't want to be fighting these wee tiny losers. I might cast a Sanity recovery. Yeah, I'll do. Get out of the way of the ladder, you can. So, came through that door. There's the way out here.
2 minutes until destination.
Ah, good thing this timer had a like a little voice command box on it apparently. But yeah, I think staying to fight these guys would be an extremely poor idea. Cover a bit of health. Ah, that's Sanity. Whoops. Figuring getting a bit of health back couldn't hurt here. Ah, is that us? Am I finally done with this horrible area? That's excellent, Andrew. I'm glad you have it. And a few years later, it's cutscene time. I will mute this.
Thanks for coming. I didn't think you'd show.
Look, I have no idea who you...
I think you do. Just as much as I know you know. Now let's be quick. The Guardians know where I am, and I won't last the night. But that's not the point.
What's this?
Something you need. Don't open it here. Only in privacy. They can sense it if it's not shrouded.
Is it one of the artifacts?
You must leave now. Look, there's something I have to do before they get to me. I can't protect you if they find us. Good luck.
Finally, the millennium is upon us. And unfortunately, Alex is all out of sanity here. She's even taking a bit of health damage. Anyway, let's recover our damn sanity. So what about the detail on the art, Andre? It's a lot more like, it's not to say it's not impressive in the, you know, like the booklet and stuff like that there, but actually seeing the art in person is like really stunning, I think, anyway. At least I thought so. Be interested to hear your thoughts on it. Yeah, as per last time, now it seems the Guardians have finally figured out where Alex Davis is and realized that she is a threat to Jaturga and Pius Augustus' plans. And as such, it'd be handy with the Gladius, incidentally. But as such, they're sending all their undead servants after her. As you've seen, something seemed to have been happening in the observatory. Oh, we haven't opened it yet, okay. I'll be interested when you do. I'm sure it'll be something more interesting, but you know what I mean. So you can tell something's going on here. Looks like we got some sort of crankshaft that we can put in. Which we happened to get in the safe last time. Only part of an antique, this crankshaft. So crank socket is mounted on the telescope and appears to be linked to the mirror supported by the brass pedestal. A curious contraption, to be sure. What purpose can it possibly serve? Should Alex adjust the mirror? Yeah, she should. Now, it should really be asking me, do you want to use the crankshaft? Or so you would think. But I guess we have to use it over here, do we? Adjust mirror. That doesn't seem quite right, does it? Well, we ain't doing jack shit with this one. Perhaps I just had to get them just about to there. No. Further left, perhaps? But I've got this crankshaft, so surely it should be asking me to do something like that. Or so you would think. Well. The thing I don't get is, you'd think she would notice there is a second crankshaft there. But she doesn't seem to. Now, if you recall, I literally cut one thing off, Andre. Oh, it's a doorbell. Hey. That's weird. Yes, we should pick up a package, provided it's not an undead trick. Or Guardian's trick. A package wrapped in brown paper has been left inside the door. Brown paper parcel. Can we get out? Call the mansion back, Miss Alex. Yeah. We know what happened to your grandfather, Alex. parcel wrapped in plain brown paper. It is not addressed to anyone and appears to have been wrapped in a hurry. There might be something inside. Should Alex open it? Yeah. We've acquired the essence of Zelatoth, as well as the enchanted Gladius. Hey, it must have been from Michael. But I guess we must be the Guardian Flight. Anyway, we got an enchanted Gladius now. This will take it on the crazy otherworldly forces assailing us. Hey. Oh, he did hit me. Catch you, prick. But I think we have to go to the basement here. So I think I undone the string, Andrew, and just like lifted out the top so that I could carefully remove the painting, and then I would be able to put it back in as well. So I think this mechanical device is secured to the floor. Long metal screws hold a dull metal dish firmly against the floor. A locking mechanism is fixed to the top of the dish looking toward the ceiling. So I think this is really like something to do with the mechanism upstairs, yet at the same time I can't use the crankshaft, so I'm a little confused. For some reason I thought I had to go back down here and adjust the mirrors upstairs using that. I might be thinking of a different game. I guess I've just not done something right in the observatory here. It's like there's a mirror that she should be seeing there, but she's not quite picking up on. Ah, there's a height side that I can adjust as well. Is that where I've been doing this wrong? That's all it was. I just not got the right height. Whoops. That should have been pretty easy. Derp. So what was the handle for then? By the way, now, I believe we now have everybody's essence. We've got the essence of Zelatoth, the essence of Uliath, we've got the essence of Mantarok. Well, actually it does leave us one that we don't have, and that's the essence of Chaturga, but I guess we're not going to get that, given that Chaturga is trying to cause us all sorts of problems, huh? Because he's a cheeky monkey. Two seconds, please. I'm gonna need to pee. Sorry about that, that needed done. I think Louise probably is just back and forth, knowing Louise. She may not be here, she may be here. But yeah, we finally opened a passage in the basement, so I guess we're saying goodbye to the house. And finally, adventuring as Alex. Pardon me. As to what lurks down here, probably nothing good. With the lid removed, some kind of well-like entrance is revealed. A ladder leads down into the murky darkness. Was this Edward's route into the Guardian City? Should Alex climb down the ladder? Yeah, she should. And this wasn't Edward's entrance. Edward's was actually this one. And yeah, Maximilian did indeed climb down that ladder once, but so did Edward. As the tome had suggested by Edward's and Maximilian's words, the city exists and is far more incredible than Alex had thought. Here are the ruins of Enga, the corpse city, parasitized by the guardians of Chaturga. 9 great towers dwarf the surrounding buildings. It appears these towers serve as some kind of focusing array, channeling great tides of energy to the city itself. So, as you can probably guess, this is the end of the game. Essentially, we're going to be going through the same city again as Edward had went through, doing another big summoning puzzle. Yeah, this is the unfortunate thing about Deadly Premonition, about Eternal Darkness. We do essentially end up doing a lot of repetition, which is a shame because I genuinely love the game, but you know, it's quite repetitive too. I think they were running out of budget, and replaying the same cities over and over again seemed to be the consequence. I don't think it's a bad idea to have a shield here. And unfortunately, this is that ground that hurts you automatically, so let's just run here. Now, that seems to be something that, I don't think I will actually last long enough to guess that spell out, but I need some sort of dispel to get rid of that shield, I think. So, let's see. Dispel. And I'll actually have to cast that at a stronger level. So, Nethlike and Requiem. Okay. Requiem. Okay, and then. Okay, let's cast that. Yeah, it's done the job. Kind of sneaky that they only threw it there where you couldn't have possibly seen it. Let's get through here. And then what have we got? These plinths look like the ones Pius had encountered in the Forbidden City, where he found the essences, and pretend I can speak the essences of the ancients. So, guess we may as well throw some essences on, huh? Is that Zelatoth? And yeah, the gang's all here, almost. Oh, the podium is heavily damaged, crumbling in the rubble and dust. If it is to be used somehow, it must be restored to its former state. Well, let's hopefully do that then. Part of the broken pedestal, okay. whole damn broken pedestal. Huh. Well, I don't know if we'd call this a puzzle, would we? Here's two broken things in the same room. Well, I suppose I'm kind of glad they didn't make me work for it. Alex has assembled the top of a broken pedestal. Good for her. So, I don't know if we just pop it here, but I guess we just have to, you know, do a basic enchant item here. Yep, that's repaired, and then I assume we can pop it here. And let's throw on the Manticore essence. Ah! So these essences essentially act like a giant battery. Or so it seems. And it's time for us to get spelling. Oh, got those wee cheeky monkeys here. Trappers. Ain't taking none of that shit anymore. And Paragon for the first. I'm going to quickly pop a save each time I do one of these, just because, you know, near the end of the game, minimum backtracking preferred. And it's a nice quick save anyway. Weird. Yeah, I got a feeling there's a passageway that should be here, so I guess it's time to cast another spell. And I just scrolled right past the menu, didn't I? Spell, reveal invisible, please. That reveal invisible, yeah, we'll cast that there. Presumably blue. Yeah, I figured there'd be a way across. Doesn't make a lot of sense otherwise. So I guess that lever has remained pulled from Edward's time. I'm glad, don't get me wrong, I'm glad I don't have to go through the process of pulling the lever again. And I think we should be able to make the run over here. Yeah, that's the trick. Okay, 9 towers of this to go through. No trappers here this time. Good enough. So, I actually should probably check Edward's letter here, just because I knew he had advised
Dear
something.
Alexandra, if you are reading this, Alex, then I am surely dead. Knowing that the police will contact my only living relative, I made
Bring
sure to
forth
leave this
an
message
ancient
for
to
you.
combat what Augustus
As I
brings
write
into
this letter,
world.
Pius Augustus is waiting for his chance to strike me down for what I have done to the Guardian City.
So he wants me to summon counter. So it's going to be a summon creature then. So that would be creature, presumably. Aratak. Right? Aratak would make sort of sense, wouldn't it? Summoning a giant monster also doesn't seem like the best idea ever, but you know. Oh, loads of these wee scroots. Well, what I'd give to be able to quick change weapons in this game. This is Trapper Central. Alright, I should be able to run past these guys. That's just a lever though. Huh. Is there a way out? Is that the way out? That must be the way out, surely. Yeah, okay. I have a feeling this is going to get a bit trickier. But we can but see, huh? How's the volume, by the way? Can you hear me all right? Or can I make this noisy too much? Ah, shit. Lost a bit of health there, not ideal. Alex isn't great in the old health front, is she? Criticize her. No creatures here, thankfully. Again, I'm probably going to be teleported into a monster-laden area, so I'm just going to play this safe, you know? It's best to do that. As they all say, it's better to be safe than sorry. Okay. This seems like some sort of puzzle. At the same time, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Can I just leave? No, can't leave. Huh. Attach the model to this metal plaque inscribed with a symbol that looks curiously like a trapper. Okay, that's blue. Metal plaque is mounted on the monolith that depicts the silhouette of a lumbering corpse, a zombie. So red zombie, maybe? And then, what's this? Attach to the monolith this metal plaque marked with a symbol that looks like the silhouette of a horror. Okay. So am I just to summon these guys? If so... this could be tedious. Summon... Well, I'm right beside the horror thing, so I'll summon horror. It was green, wasn't it? Hey, we're like making a monster museum, are we? Okay. Let's make a monster museum. Summon zombie. You have to run around a bit to get enough magic to actually be able to summon a trapper. Anyway, you can shamble onto that. Hey, monster museum's looking alright. And that appears to be weakening. Let's see, is there something else I can cast here? Trapper's probably going to cost me too much, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. So I'll have to run in circles to get my magic back. Are you going to stick on the album, Andrew, this evening, or what are you thinking? I suppose it's a bit late for you to stick on the record now, huh? Didn't quite cast my magic pill yet, did I? So now I've got magic pill. I think this completely drains all my magic, but if I quickly get the spells I need out, that should be fine. Shouldn't it? Oh, I can't. So, what was the point of the spell pill? Was there any point to the spell pill? It's looking like no is the answer. Because it recovers my magic quickly. Let me see. Spell pill. Magic pill. Check. So I supposedly have limitless power with the Ancients from casting that, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. It lied to me. But it said it wouldn't turn on me. I do want to cast it, I don't want it to scroll to the bottom. This is the problem with the N64-ish menu. No. Hooray! Our little trapper fella. Gang's all here. Oh yeah, I kind of realized that there, Andrew, but I was sort of wondering, are you going to stick on the alpha anyway? Just, you know, you might want to. It's probably a bit late, isn't it? I can't actually cast a shield spell, apparently. I do really want to get one out before... completely saps my magical power, because I think when this here magic pill thing I lose all my magic power. And that's not ideal. Well, I was about to say no trappers here, and I immediately run into one. If I could get to the thing where I could recover my magic, that wouldn't be so bad. Come on, give me the magic one. It's giving me literally everything but magic. That loser. Ah, we have full magic anyway. Strange. So did you get all the vinyl today, Michael? Or Andrew? Did you get all the vinyl today, or was it just the box set that you'd been waiting on? Paragon. Okay. A few spells along here now. So far, so good. Nothing too tricky. It's going to be the last parts of the summoning spell. We're further away, and I have to run through that their damage room. But even then, I guess it's just mainly a case of waiting a long time. Now I remember this part. There's this Sanity eating worm, and if you remotely run on this purple surface, it immediately appears and like attacks you, causing massive Sanity damage, and there's nothing you can do. And the whole point was that you just have to creep through it, even though it doesn't really hint at that at all at any other point. But I'm glad I remembered that, because this is quite frustrating the first time I played it. I can't believe me. We're halfway through the spell already. All three. The Dick Cheese artwork. She didn't do the Dick Cheese one then for you. That's a shame. Louise, you sold him. You missold him, Louise. That's terrible. So we're up against Chaturga, so I'm pretty sure Ulyath is who we need for this here, since it seems to destroy. Red horrors and stuff. All three came today. Damn, son. Oh, it's a trapper. I don't know why I'm saying that like it's dangerous. Trapper ain't so bad by itself. Thankfully, there doesn't seem to be any horrors here. Still one of these we got tonight. That's food. Ah, we're back out to here. Mad dash. Yeah, you really need to cast the full shield spell from that far away then. I'll have to bear that in mind. That could get quite tedious quite quickly. Anyway. Trapper Town again. None other? Just the one trapper. Sure, it's alright. I can deal with that. Right. Again, I'm gonna pop a quick save just to be sure. Just, you know, like I said, I'm losing lots of progress here, especially at this time of the night. I'd rather not do it. I am thinking of playing a PS1 game next, so I wouldn't mind just picking one, but maybe not being an especially long game, right? And it looks like tons of invisible. That seems like a trick. I'm guessing I'm just supposed to creep out of here then. Hopefully not tread on them. Oh shit. Guess I freaked a few out there. Nah, I'm out of it. I killed all the trappers in here, so that should be fine. Okay, so far so good. I've got to say, the Ancients aren't really... They're not really going all out. I actually thought I'd be fighting way more of those really hateful enemies, so... Either the ones, like the weird kind of like giant crab things that teleport about and summon enemies, or the awful bat-winged things I was expecting to be fighting more of. But my memory of this area is obviously quite hazy from before. But I thought they would be throwing some of the really irritating things at you, but it seems like it's actually being quite good to me. Not making me fight too many assholes here. No trappers this time. Sure, that's alright. Quite a few towers down, not many to go, I don't think. What, another 3? Another 2 maybe? I think it's 3. Now where are we? Oh, okay. And there's a big barrier. Balls. I don't honestly recall this. Can I examine these things? No. That's weird. made a sense. It made a form of sense. Basically, no, it didn't. I was thinking like some form of magical attack that hit all three, and since he was opposed to all of them, I thought that might have worked. Didn't seem to work. Maybe I have to cast a slightly better attack? Let's see. Afterbach and Requiem. Let's try that. A high level Afterbach. And Requiem. And we'll pirate it up. Never had to cast a magic spell that powerful before. Might have just not been strong enough. Ah. So it's power level. Thank God for Manta Rock. Don't know if I'd get to the door. I'm fairly certain I wouldn't from the last few times. Having to run across here. I think all three would have been well gone by now. We've taken a lot of damage. Okay, how many are we left with? We've got 2 more. Trappers? No trappers? Hey. That could be a bison tonight. So it's summon, wasn't it? Because we already done creature in the other one. Project, summon. So I think it's summon. It's the only thing that really makes sense from what Granta's letter says, essentially. That we would need to summon like a creature of the opposing alignment. Where are we here? Oh no, there's that damaging mist again. Each stone block etched with bizarre etchings. I don't like the double use there. Dominates the room. Is it art, a memorial tomb of the original inhabitants, or a bastard interment of its loathsome conquerors? Seen that one before, haven't we? I recall reading that description last time. No. Well, I guess we're gonna need to be casting some form of spell to remove that again, so dispel. And it looks to be a red one, so it's gonna be a blue. Yep, that will do the trick nicely. Yeah, that's a good point, Andrew, because I mean, actually, tons of wiki articles I see for like reviews of magazines and stuff obviously reviews of albums, and like, you know, information about albums is all mainly taken from magazines and interviews, so that's a very, very strange complaint. And like, none of those ones are cited for like inaccurate information. Well, this seems to be the last tower. Pius must be crapping himself. Either that or he just doesn't give a damn. Maybe he's sick of being used by ancients? Well, damn. And the pop a save. This could get ugly quick. Okay. Oh, fuck. This horse shit again. Okay. I guess I'm going to have to bind these assholes. Hopefully when one of them kills the other, that should get rid of this barrier, all being well, aligned be the wrong policy. Yeah, that definitely didn't work out. That's one down. Guess I'm going to get two down? Yay, now I've got another working for me. Hooray! And he's just killed him. Right. See you later, horror. No offense, but I've had quite enough of your antics. Your horror-y antics. Oh, we're in this room again. It's the other end of the room. Not just through here. Seems like most of our shields destroyed again already. I don't have enough magic. Oh, god damn it. Guess I'll be running around on the spot until I get none. Come on, Alex. Easy little disco lights following us here. Yeah, that sounds a bit dumb, Andrew. I mean, as you say, it seems a bit of a contradiction. Right, this definitely feels like I'm going to be going to fight a boss, but I also think it could be coming cutscene heaven here now, so we could be getting a lot of cutscenes. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's making me save my game again. I like the way it's making me double save. Whoops. But here we go. I think we're going to the final boss battle, so game face is on, everybody. Especially me. For my inevitable death.
Ah, Miss Roivus, you're just in time. The summoning spell I began 2,000 years ago. is finally complete. You will now have the honor of becoming the first morsel for my lord, Chattur'gha. An appetizer for the banquet your race shall provide.
You forget what it means to be human, Pious. The human race will never go quietly into the darkness. For as long as you have spent summoning your lord, people have struggled against you. Now, thanks to their efforts, I have 3 of the Ancient's essences. Now, Pious, this is the end!
The end indeed.
Beat Chattur'gha. Kinda unfortunate that he's been summoned. However, we're doing some summoning of our own, weren't we? We've summoned Ancient of our own, Ulyaoth. He's a giant squid apparently. And I can't remember how this boss fought. It seems to be shielding out Pious here. Let's reveal the symbol. Leave me alone, you weird necromancer fella. Oops. What the fresh hell was that? Hey, it's Elia. It's the eternal darkness. Hey, hey, Elia. What the hell? She's not great at fighting, it seems. Ah, and now I'm confused. And now I'm... What? Ah, so she's supposed to go bash this here symbol. So it didn't seem to be harming. And now I'm... Alex. He's trying to hit me with the bolt. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. So now we are Anthony. So we're going to be trading blows with the symbols. Pious on the symbols. But it's a good thing we got like a boomerang gladius to throw at Pious Augustus here. It's pretty handy. So we hit him, the symbol appears, we hit the symbol. We become somebody else that has died to the eternal darkness. And then hit the symbol again. Just for information. This was Kareem. Cutscene audio is oddly muted. But Chattur'gha has taken a bashing from Ulyaoth. feels quite ridiculous saying this. Also kind of fun. Leave me alone. The undead. Is he undead? He never died. Ah, Maximilian. He's not really the fastest guy, no. Certainly he's got a beef with the Isle of Town. Oh, that did not work. Bash the sanity out of us. Now we are Paul. Well, Paul. Crushed by the Guardian of Chiturga. Literally crushed underfoot. Yeesh. That fast jerk this. Oh, Roberto. Definitely not one of our better characters. Not very athletic, and he was thrown by Pius Augustus and his weird inquisitors into that there evil well thing. It looks like we destroyed the essence of Chiturga. Hey, that's gonna work in our advantage, surely. Yeah, we've got a shield up so he can't even hit us. And it's cut his hand off. Well, his claw appendage, whatever. Old Chiturga. Hello, now what do we do? Oh, that's like some sort of... What is that? Like sealing me off and getting me Oh shit, that took a ton of fucking health damage. Oh, this could be bad. Oh shit, she's really getting hurt now. And there's a magic shield. Oh, I'm dead, aren't I? This is not good. Oh, fuck balls. I would be lucky if I could get off a tiny heal here. No! There wasn't really much I could do there. Shit. Okay, definitely don't get cocky. Seems to be the answer here. Don't get cocky.
Fool! I spit at thee! The darkness shall be eternal!
Whoops. Alex is perched at the hands of the eternal darkness. With no one to stop their diabolical plans, humanity will surely be annihilated. Yay! Sorry about that, guys. I'll have to go through that again. Get good. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to. Otherwise, humanity's doomed to weird ancient horror death. But at least I know how to fight him now. So just don't get close to him, seems to be the main answer. Wrecked, however, as the kids would say. And can we skip the cutscenes this time? I hope we can skip the cutscenes. No, we can't skip the cutscenes. Sorry about this, guys.
The summoning spell I began 2,000 years ago is finally complete. You will now have the honor of becoming the first morsel for my lord, Chiturga. An appetizer for the banquet your race shall provide.
You forget what it means to be human, Pius. The human race will never
sure
go
do.
quietly into the darkness. For as long as you have spent summoning your lord, people have struggled against you. Now, thanks to their efforts, I have 3 of the Ancient's essences. Now, Pius, this is the end.
The end indeed.
Sorry, Louise, I'm only seeing your comments on the group chat now. Yes, I have indeed kept the green one. I've got the green one saved for my game. I just thought it was the best thing to do. Anyway, sorry about having to go through all these cutscenes again. This time I won't die, all being well. Hopefully I'll pay attention. Oh my god. You should always be able to skip cutscenes. Oh, it's letting me skip these ones, just not the other ones. Right, okay. Thanks for that. Thanks, game. So, we hit him from afar. We use the symbol, we run up, and we bash that symbol. We run away from him because he's a sanity eating monster beyond the moon. Oops. I'm gonna be good at been targeting him. Aha! Shit, he got me that time. Where's the symbol? Is it up here? No, it's not. Damn it, he's quite quick with his hits, which is most unfortunate. I suppose I should try and get a quick heal off here at this point. Don't want to risk dying again. And he missed me with his spell. That's not good. Okay, Elia again. We run forward, we grab the book. And now we can finally start hurting. Let's take the book. There's the symbol. Ah, so if we kind of wait for him to... Ah. Just get a wee bit of maneuverability. Past him and the Alex. Damn it, he hit me with his fucking spell. And I just fucked up. Damn you, Paris Augustus. Why can't we just get along? Do you remember the good times we had? Ancestors. Oh god damn it, he's useless. And my sanity's taking a complete bashing. Right, avoided his spell there. I'll let him run in here. Give me a bit more maneuverability again. As long as I can get around him, I think I'm fine. These spells with any of these things. I suppose they are dead. But given that we kind of feel like otherworldly spirits rather than our real characters, surely it's all nonsense anyway. Can't skip this scene, so I'll have to deal with it again. Sorry about this. Sort of chinny spell. It doesn't help that Maximilian's like the slowest guy ever. repeatedly getting the slowest person ever. Paul's not exactly the fastest, though he's faster than Maximilian, and then Ricardo, he's really not fast. Okay. It seems to be... Am I low on health? Cutscene coming. She's just out of stamina, it seems. Like the cutscene's gonna get us our stamina back. Now, I'd hopefully not get killed by Pius this time. Be nice if we could, you know, skip all cutscenes. Again. Knocking me down like the old necro bastard that he is. Oh shit! That did not work. I threw it away. Oh. Am I actually just hurting him now? Health recovery. Full. To recover sanity. Well. Ah, so I'm destroying his actual shield. Aha, we got all our sanity back. What you gonna do, Pius? What you gonna do? That shield seems to be gone. He missed me with his magic attack. You know, I think I should just be able to throw these attacks at him. Not be back in the corner. He's nifty enough for like an ancient corpse, right? Keep on. I'm not actually sure if he ever died. Oh, he's slowing down a bit now. Obviously, he's beginning to pay off. The fact that we can just throw this enchanted gladius at it's not really giving him a sporting chance, is it? Hey, you know what? After all the trouble he's caused, got my brown jacket. Ah! Is that him? Can we finish him? Cutscene time? Ulyath has smote Jaturga quite a bit. In fact, it looks like he's blown Jaturga to bits. This does unfortunately mean we've got, you know, Ulyath summoned into our dimension as well, and he's not a good guy. This could cause problems. Maybe we didn't think the situation out.
The darkness is not so easily destroyed. No, my death is just the beginning.
What have I done?
It's Spirit Grandad.
We must find this creature! It cannot be allowed to remain in this universe!
Well, I guess I got one last job to do, but I can't remember how to bind. What was my bind magic again? I honestly don't recall. This is supposed to have magic in it, this book. Bankarok and Aratak. So Bankarok is protect.
Ah, that's the ticket.
It is finally over, my dear.
Well, guess we just needed to get a quick protect.
For now, at least. You have proved to be an incredibly courageous young woman. Your mother and father would have been proud of you, just as I am. I'm sorry it had to be like this. It's not quite the inheritance I had in mind for you, but there was so little time, and so much to do. Goodbye, Alex. I will miss you.
Do we get to keep the mansion? I think that's the most important thing. Like, you know, aside from ancient ruins underneath it, it's a
Where
pretty
emptiness
nice
had
place.
been, new knowledge now seeped inside. Something happened then. I realized that I was not the only one, that there were many others like me, in other places, other universes, fighting the same fight, all to serve the needs of the great ancient, and to have my world spared from eternal darkness.
Very Lovecraftian conclusion, except the protagonist didn't die.
And so it comes to pass. Of the three ancients, there is nothing. The mighty Chaturga has obliterated the insanity of Xenotarth. The madness of Xenotarth has overcome the power of Uliauth. The boundless Uliauth has decimated the power of Chaturga. All at once, separate and simultaneous. For the universe is made of many time streams.
I think this is because this is my third playthrough.
In
I've beaten all the
harmonious
gods. Huh. I've not seen this before.
Mantarok remains, slowly dying. Mantarok, keeper, overseer, warden of ancients, chaos, an entity trapped between the veils of reality and the enchanted stakes that impale its flesh. Unable to rally its guardians, it could rely only on its subtle manipulations of the Roivas family to destroy its enemies. Knowing the nature of the ancients, it used its pawns to play them against each other, resulting in their mutual annihilation.
Hey, good old Mantarok.
Now it will languish forever, festering in its tomb, plotting.
Oh, well. Is that not really quite a happy ending? But it seems I've done it, so yeah, I'm going to continue and save. You've overcome the darkness that has prevailed for over 2 millennia. This accomplishment will begin a new era for humanity. Now, would you like to record this grand occasion in the pages of human history? I go on. And I think that's going to be the credits time, surely. Yes, it does look to be the case. So, I finally got through Eternal Darkness, which is a game, as I said, I'd always wanted to do on a stream. It is definitely flawed, don't get me wrong. The combat's not great, and you can tell it was probably supposed to have been an N64 game originally, if, you know. If they had got it out on it, I wonder how different it would have looked. Obviously, there would have been a complete lack of voice acting and CG scenes, so I wonder how they would have played out. But it's a game I'd like to have seen remade, though, or some sort of sequel to expand upon the ideas, because it's really cool. It's just, you know, I don't think it had a massive budget, and I think it was kind of like, you know, pushed out for the GameCube launch, as far as I'm aware, or soon after launch. But I would like to have seen like them be able to take more time with it and like have less revisiting the same areas. Could have maybe done more with the Sanity trolling, because we didn't even get to see a lot this time round. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping between yourself and Louise, you can decide for something for me to play on the PS1. Preferably nothing too long, like not an epic game. Either that or I could just start in the Yakuza, depending on what you think. This is one of the last games that Silicon Knights ever put out, and probably the last good one they put out, because while there is the remake of Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes as it was called in the GameCube, that was handled by Silicon Knights. I really... was Cam Clark, was Anthony? There you go. Didn't know it was Cam Clark. Jennifer Hale, God, David Hayter, Paul. This is pretty much the Metal Gear Solid cast, so maybe that's why they were like, "Hey, it's Kim, my guest, isn't that who do you call her? Mei Ling." Anyway, oh no, I've never liked the Spyro games, so it couldn't be Spyro. Couldn't be Spyro. I could try Dino Crisis again, you know. I almost wouldn't mind trying Dino Crisis again because it's been so damn long. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, basically, because Silicon Knights were good chums with the Nintendo, and then I don't know, maybe it was the connections with the voice actors here. They were like, hey, let's remake Metal Gear Solid using the, well, more or less what seemed to be the same game engine as Metal Gear Solid 2. Metal Gear Solid 2s, that should have been rather, but it's got its problems. The voice actors really seem to be phoning it in, and the cutscenes, even though they're more fancy and over the top, just they're too over the top and lose some of the charm, in my opinion, by being too over the top. And then finally, there's the fact that using the same engine as Metal Gear Solid 2, being able to like aim in first person just like renders a lot of the fights kind of pointlessly easy. For instance, fighting Revolver or Ocelot, you can just like aim and shoot him in the head, which isn't very difficult. And it makes like the Vulcan Raven fight a lot easier. I think only really the tank remains a bit fidgety. Yeah, the sound issue, that was the problem for Dino Crisis, wasn't it? But there we go, that was Eternal Darkness. And it's all done. Don't think there's any sort of advantage for having beaten the game. Just, you can now do the end. Not really much point yet, though. I don't think jumping into those chapters. And if I loaded, don't think it would really do much of anything. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Let me know, sure, let me know if there's one in particular that you're thinking. I think Dino Crisis would be a good idea though, right? Yeah, then the box Andre for the limited set, I actually ended up, I've set it up on a secure shelf away from the rest of my records, believe it or not. I don't want it down here with my records and up with the other box sets. It doesn't actually fit on the box set shelf, so it has to live a bit further up. I've got both of my records down here, but the test pressing I've got somewhere else now, just for it to be a little safer. But yeah, Alex's adventures are done for now. So there's different signs for each area, huh? Guess that's just a way of seeing the ending for each chapter if you wanted to do it. I'm not sure what Eternal Mode is. Eternal Mode? I'm kind of curious about that. I'll have to check to see if this book mentions anything about Eternal Mode. Let me see here. I'm curious. It's probably just a higher difficulty, is it? Eternal Darkness. Eternal Mode. Let's see here. Ah, it's just invincibility. Right. Well, that's not very exciting. Well, I suppose it's nice that they threw it in. But yeah, we're done here. So thanks very much. We'll decide on the chat what game comes next, but it was nice doing this, and I really appreciate you watching. Thank you. Till next time.